Ni, or should I say abrigato, or ni hao, or shalom, or bismillah. What an interesting place in history, Malayalam.
Yes, my name's Ray. I know it's a hard name to remember. My good name, Ray Supan. YouTube channel, yes. All right. Yeah. Okay. Young. So the Romans, the ships of the Chinese Ming in the 1400s, ships of the Romans in the, let's say, 100s AD, ships of the Portuguese in the 1500s, ships of the Dutch in the 1700s, ships of the British in the 1800s, ships of the Arabs in the 600s AD, ships from ancient Persians in 300 BC, 400 BC, all saw the same thing, maybe. A little cricket break here of history. We're getting into the British times. The British brought cricket here. Oh, there we go. Decent hit. So I think this is like an adult league of just friends that play. They have uniforms, which is cool. All right, let's go. 4-4. It kind of shows how hard cricket is. There's the bowler. Oh, good swing. Oh, he hit the post. He hit the post. Hello, my friend. Nani. Azadi Ka Emirat Mosab. Beautiful train system. They're lucky to have this here. Oh, incredible. I'm telling you, baby, India is the future. They could build something like this all around the whole country every few years. Keep building, keep making more cool things like this. I'm telling you, man, 10, 20, 30 years, India's gonna be the shit, the dopest. This is pretty cool. Oh, Syrian Orthodox Church. It's not Arabic, that's Syrian language. Interesting. Very cool. Thank you. Okay. Nani. Okay. Beautiful.
Welcome. Open here, open.
Cool. That's some good photos here. Wow. We're here in Kochi, Kerala, known for nearly 3,000 years to Greeks and Romans, Jews, Syrians, ancient Chinese, Arabs, both pre and post Islamization, as the center of the Indian spice trade. So there was a big port area that was really ancient, and also known for St. Thomas fame. There was a big port area that was really ancient in 1341, though it was flooded. Yes, one moment. Not go any further, dangerous. All right, so in 1340, these guys are fishing with something really cool I'm about to explain. So in 1341, some port that was known to all these ancient people had a massive flooding and just destroyed the whole thing. So we're gonna get into the time we're talking about now. It's called the Missouris, around a city close by, very close by. 1341, huge flood destroyed. All right, the earliest references of Kochi in books ever in history were from Chinese, like these fishing nets technology. These are called the Chinese fishing nets. So a guy, Chinese voyager named Ma Huan, visited Kochi in the early 1400s as part of Admiral Zheng He's treasure fleet. So
Admiral Zheng He was a eunuch. As a boy, his penis and balls were cut off by the Mongols, I think. He was Muslim. And the new Ming Dynasty emperor in Beijing, what up? The new Ming Dynasty emperor in Beijing trained him to be a naval captain. His name was Zheng He. And the young Le Huangdi, emperor of China, we're talking early 1400s, sent him on a treasure fleet mission to make alliances all over the world. So they went on about 6 missions to areas, what is now Malaysia, what is now Indonesia, what is now, he went to Mecca, Saudi Arabia, what is now Yemen, Oman, what is now Somalia, what is now Kenya, what is now Sri Lanka. But what we want to talk about is when Zheng He came here. This was about the year 1415. So imagine, like this waterway right here, all of a sudden these massive, hundreds of them, massive sailboats come going up with a strange language on it, Chinese writing. They came pulling up right around here. So this was after the drastic flood. So the trade network and the port was damaged for many decades after this. So these Chinese came up here and they made friends with the people of Kochi because Kochi had a death rivalry with Calicut. There was one kingdom in Kochi, one in Calicut. They didn't like each other at all. So the Chinese pulled up here and they made a deal. The Chinese gave them a bunch of gifts, gold and coins, and traded a bunch with them, gave them a bunch of weapons. So this guy Ma Huan is the first ever person to write about Kochi in all of history in a book. He described it as a place with lots of incense and many different fish varieties and all kinds of spices you could buy. And around this time too, an Italian visited Kochi a little bit after, named Niccolo di Conti in 1440. So the real ruler of Padanapu fled during the medieval period. All right, we're getting off topic here. Let's stay on Zheng He. Wait. Chinese people, they called this area Li, and the Calicut was the dominant port in the region. The people of Kochi didn't like that. So for the 5th Ming Dynasty voyage, Admiral Zheng He was instructed to confer a seal upon Kochi, Li, and make it a part of their alliances all around the world. It was inscribed with the proclamation compromised by the young Le Huangdi emperor himself, who's the person that basically built Beijing in the early 1400s, from protection of Kochi by Ming China. The Zamarin of Calicut was unable to invade Kochi and a military conflict was averted. So the Chinese had Kochi's back. They gave them a bunch of weapons. They stationed some soldiers on the coast here. Calicut wasn't about to take them over, man. And they were becoming rich, just like another city called Malacca, which is now in Malaysia near Singapore, and just like a few other places. So this was many places. I have a crazy story. I was in Indonesia, on Java, on the sand, excuse me, sir. And I was in Indonesia, in the beach, I found an ancient Chinese coin on the beach, meaning someone from these times might have dropped it there. Working. All right. So then the young Le Huangdi emperor died in China. And this is crazy. Wow. So the Chinese taught these people here how to do this, I think. Obviously now it's mechanized, but you had to originally pull it by hand. Wow, that's really crazy. Hold on. Over there? All right, so it opened the door for Kochi's next part of history. So the following Chinese emperor decided, stupidly in my opinion, he didn't like Zheng He and the treasure fleets being so expensive and using so many tax dollars and revenue, and wow, huge stones on there. So the next emperor, it might have been the second of 2 more emperors after, I forget exactly, but we're talking like early 1400s, 1430, 1450, around that, before 1450. He decided to lock off China. no one was allowed to leave anymore. No boats, no more treasure fleets to Kochi and other parts of the world. It was over. And they burned all the records, a lot of the records, which was super sad. So all this knowledge was lost. Another dumb Chinese decision in their history, in my opinion. So they closed off their alliances that they had for decades. And then this opened the door for Calicut to come invade Kochi. they no longer had their protection. No one from China came here and said, hey, we are shutting down the business. Hello, sir, yes. Yeah, I know. He wants me to pay him money to go over there, so I came over here instead. Okay. So Calicut invaded Kochi, took it over, but only for a short while, because the Ming Chinese were no longer in Kochi. This opened the door for European colonialism, which is the next part of history. And we're still shipping stuff all over the world. Wow, look at that huge boat. So next came the Portuguese into Kochi. China was gone. Calicut took over Kochi. And the Portuguese of Vasco da Gama fame, the first person to sail around Africa ever to India, and also of Albuquerque fame, who massacred the population of Goa and took it over, made it the first Portuguese colony. This was the second Portuguese colony. Ming Chinese were gone. Vasco da Gama already didn't like Calicut, because when he went there they had a bunch of problems and got in a fight with them. So the Portuguese were like, all right, we're gonna come back with a bunch of cannons and we're gonna come fuck these guys up that don't like us and make an alliance with the coast here, which they did. And now we're gonna go to that fort and the church and everything, talk about the next part of Kochi history. But a lot of people don't know that Chinese history, man. It's very interesting. This guy's very famous in China. Malaysia really likes him. They have statues for him. Zheng He. He was something called a eunuch. And to all my squeamish viewers, a eunuch is someone that got their male parts taken off in history. I don't know why this happened. Oh, next round. Okay. Look at that shipping container boat. Wow. All right, that's up for the Chinese story at the Chinese nets. These guys are working here. This guy was listening to me shaking his head in agreement, so maybe he knows a little history. I gotta go. Chinese fishing technology was brought here in the 1400s. Sorry, I don't have the exact date for you guys, but the history we were just talking about was about 1405 to 1450s or 60s or so. Or maybe a little bit later. It doesn't matter. Look how this works though. Whoa. There's tons of them. We're just getting short little things, a little bit of rubbish, you know, but I guess you do this all day throughout the day and maybe you'll get something nice, man. Oh, there's another cool boat. Hello, sir. Nani, nani. Respect, respect.
Nani.
Yes, nani. Xie xie ni. Chinese, Chinese net. Yeah, you. That means fish. Yeah. Li shi, Zhongguo li shi. That means Chinese history. Bad season.
Because coming the more plants.
More plants.
Yeah, coming from that after the monsoon coming from.
Monsoon, more plants. Bad season. All right. Thank you, my friend. Nani.
Nani.
Go Kerala Blasters. Football Blasters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
football.
All right.
Blasters?
I like Kerala Blasters. Yes.
I like blasters.
Blasters. Yes. All right. Peace. Ping he, as they say in Chinese. The Chinese left these people out to dry. Carefully. They left them out to dry, man, here. And that's when we're going to enter the Portuguese era, which Portuguese dealt with them in Calicut, the enemy of Kochi. Peace, guys. Peace. All right. That's it. Thank you, sir. All right. Yes. So this is it in action. A bunch of weights and pulleys. Dip the thing down. See what you catch. Crazy. This area is crazy. Look at it moving, Mark. So this is a fishing method here. Let's see what they get. So yeah, man, it was a little connection. You know, I know India and modern India, modern China have the problems. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the 1400s. And it really opened the door for the next part of Kochi's history. We got some interesting creatures that we caught there. That's a huge looking, I don't know what that is. We got a puffer fish in there. Look out for that. That's a little dangerous, I think. Sorry, buddies, but that's how it goes. All right, photo. Vasco da Gama, the first man who led an expedition from Europe, Portugal, along the coast of West Africa, around the Cape of Good Hope, South Africa, first ever to travel that far, up the coast of East Africa, and across the Arabian Sea to India. First man to ever do it, crazy Portuguese man, Vasco da Gama. There's his name. 1405? No, 1498, I don't know the year off the top of my head. Doesn't matter. Cool. He first went not here, but Calicut, then Goa, then back to Portugal. Then the Portuguese came back, took over Goa, took over this city. This is what we're gonna learn about now. G-Town. Cool. Interesting. Shalom. Shalom. Yeah. Standing over there, all lined up. So since the ancient times, the times of the Romans, and before even, ancient Greeks, ancient Persia, 2,500 years or more, the Malabar coast was known for spice trading. Yeah? Arambul. Yeah. Arabi boy. Oh, your friend. Okay. Okay. So, the Romans used to come here, Roman Empire and Roman Republic. They would send boats out here to the, leaving from Arabia, and they would pick up all these spices, man, and they would go and sell them in Rome to the elite to spice up their food, their weird foods that they used to eat, like ostrich and elephants and stuff. Romans were crazy. And regular things too, like chicken, pork and beef. But they would get spices from here, the Romans, and they would trade with the people here, Malabar coast. Crazy, man, the history. And then later on, Arab traders. That's what brought Islam here for the first time, the Arab traders. The different Persian peoples, empires change all the time. Hi, sir. And they're still doing it to this day. Then the Europeans came. Yes, yeah, all right. They want me to take a tuk-tuk ride so bad. A tuk-tuk tour. I am a person, I have to do my own thing, man. I don't like being on tour. Yeah, I'm uncontrollable. Which way? I want to go this way, that way. I don't want to do a tuk-tuk tour. No tours for me. I walk on my own. Okay, bye. All right, so spice trade, this place is known for. That's why next the Portuguese came here, made tons of money on spices. They a trip to the east, the Orient. The Europeans wanted to get here so bad. They finally figured it out. Vasco da Gama sailed around Africa. So then the Dutch were in on all that, and then the British, Spanish, not here Spanish, but Spanish traders for sure came by. And don't forget all the Islamic kingdoms and caliphates and polities and all kinds of things. They definitely came here. Wow, that's a pretty interesting plane that's flying over here right now. That was a good one. Military plane, I think. See, spices. There we go. That's what I was talking about. People have been coming here 3,000 years for this kind of stuff, man. A big shame. This closes because of Shabbat at 2 p.m. on Fridays. I should have came here first thing in the morning, right to this spot. First.
Didn't I say that?
You said that. I'm a little disappointed in myself. All right, so this was built originally, said over here, 1568. It's a Jewish synagogue. And it was Spanish, Dutch, and other European Jews. So the Spanish, throughout the Reconquista, where they took over from the Muslim Emirates of Spain, Al-Andalus, the Catholic Spanish in 1492 and at other times as well. Earlier than that, they expelled Jews from Spain, or they had to convert to Christianity. So a lot came to many other places all around the world, including here. And Dutch, they also had their problems with Jewish people for some reason, and they also left their lands. They were called pogroms and just expelled. So the pogroms were when there would be like some violent uprising against Jewish people, and all over Europe, really, all throughout history. It's really crazy, sad. Got blamed for things like plagues and a bunch of problems for different reasons between Christians and Jews in Europe. That's not what this is about. Anyways, it's about this building. So 1568, this was built. The oldest in the Commonwealth countries, which
People don't know what that means.
the Commonwealth is every place that's a part of, was a former British Empire place. And I'm not gonna go inside. There's a bell. Like a church, that's weird. So yeah, 1760, during the Dutch times here. This was originally built in the Portuguese times. So the Portuguese in their colony here allowed Jewish people to stay, but not in actual Portugal itself. What in the world? So they had this built there here for them, and then the Dutch took this area over from the Portuguese and built this clock tower in 1760 in Dutch style. You can see the Dutch style, the clock. Yeah, I can see it for sure. And yeah, man, it's really sad because the other day we found this synagogue in Kochi built in 1200, and they wouldn't let me inside because I had long pants and short sleeve shirt, short pants and short sleeve shirt. And today I brought a shirt and pants to wear to go inside the synagogue, and now it's closed because it's Friday. They don't want me in the house of Judaism, I guess.
Oh, Ray.
Someone, God's own country.
You stopped looking things up and asked for help.
No, I messed up both those days. It's just an act of faith, an act of miscommunication, bad timing, bad luck. I definitely had bad luck. My dad always told me if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all.
Ray, if you don't want to finish this, it's going to take 10 times as long because it's
Yeah, cool. All right, so the Jewish community thrived here from 18 through the 15, 16, 17, 1800s, even in the early 1900s, even some into the 20th century. Some here probably escaped Europe during World War II to move here, potentially. And when Israel became a country, most, I think, moved to Israel. Oh man, a bunch of kids are coming here. Hi, hey. Yes, go Kerala Blasters. Yeah, oh, Blasters. Kerala Blasters, yes, Blasters. Yes. They love the Blasters. Yes. I'm great. Yes, you kids have fun. Yes. Yo. I'm from America. Yes, California. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Yes, Kerala Blasters. Okay. That always happens to me. I don't know why. Every time I'm recording a video, it happened to me in Goa too, at the old Portuguese area. A huge group of kids comes by. Every time, it's like clockwork. Okay, anyways. Cool history. Can't go inside. That is all. Peace. Selfie. Yeah. Selfie. See, I'm in selfie mode. No, I'm not filming you. This is only me. Yeah, selfie. Yeah, don't worry. Hi. Yes, hi. Hello. I'm good. How are you? Yes, nice to meet you. Yes, go Kerala Blasters, my favorite team. Yes, football. Yes. No, yeah. I'm filming on YouTube. Yeah. Yes. Ray Supan, my good name. Yeah. See the world with Ray. Yes. Big. See the world with Ray. Yes, my name's Ray. I know it's a hard name to remember. My good name, Ray Supan. YouTube channel. Yes. All right. Yeah. Okay. Young kids and girls, man. Maybe their parents might not want them to be on it, So I try to be respectful. Okay. Oh. We couldn't go in the synagogue. But this is the last Jewish house remaining from the late 1700s. Thank you, sir. Which is now like a little restaurant kind of thing. And it's built in Dutch style. So this city was, I gotta find out the years from when to when, but it was a Dutch colony. Yeah, this is all new around here. That's okay. I like the old parts. Refurbished for sure. And we have to go to a yoga class. Just met another set of girls from Milan, Italy. So that's 4 Milan girls in their 20s, much younger than me, that I've met here in this city for some reason. That's weird. How random is that? Same city in Italy, Milan, or near Milan. That's very, very random. She lives in Sardinia now. That's very random, very strange. Why? Like, Italians don't travel that much, actually. They're starting to. But traditionally, British, French, German, they travel much more. British, French, and German, I think, the most of Europe. Something like that. Maybe Switzerland a little bit. And Netherlands travel. Ireland, yes. Spanish, Greek, Italian, Southern Europeans don't travel as much. Not so much tourists.
The British people travel too much.
British too much, yeah. And Jewish and Russian too, to India. Russia and Jewish a lot. Israel, not Jewish. Israel, yeah.
This street is before it's a Jewish street.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here. Yeah. But thank you. Yes. And Jewish people from all over. Some Americans come here a little bit, not too much.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Which is the France and British.
France and British. Interesting. All right. Well, this was a Jewish house, and now it's a nice little restaurant. We got to go to yoga class. Wow, this artwork's really cool right here. Hold on. I'm always recording. I'm running out of space on my phone. Whoa, snakes or something over here. What the fuck was that? I don't know. All right, cool artwork. That's cool. Bye. All right, so that was the synagogue. I think there's another one. The pictures online were not a ruined building, which is.
Did you realize that already?
Anyways, we met a guy from New York over there, Jewish guy with the yarmulke. Whoop, 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 dog. They moved Jewish people from here in the 70s and stuff, 60s. You know, I don't know the exact history. Who knows what's going on all the time? I'm just talking, telling stories. History, they call it his story for a reason. It's his story. Whoever usually won the war or their opinion is what got written in the history books, and the other side or something got erased. So there's a lot about history where you got to look for both sides, and a lot of ancient history and stuff, there aren't a lot of sources. So it's really hard to tell what's real, what's not, what's embellished, what is totally made up, what, you know, who knows. And also a lot of these history stories were word of mouth, you know, by talking to each other. Hey, whoa, what's up, guys? Kerala Blasters, yes. Okay, hello. So who knows what was happening? That was a cool little house.
Everyone thinks you're always on them and they get all shot.
I'm not on them. All right. Well, this is a very interesting area. Cool. I don't know how old this is, but this part looks really old. The bricks right here and the foundation. This part's like definitely 1700s, maybe. protecting this building. It went into disrepair. Old synagogue. Shalom. L'chaim. Hello. What does that say right there? Can you read Hebrew? Wow, cool.
This is the gate of God.
This is the gate of God. I like that. Old synagogue.
All synagogue, yes.
Very cool. Nice to meet you. Where are you? Whatever this was got damaged. Ah, yeah. That's crazy. Went into disrepair because they moved to Israel monks in the 60s and 70s. As well vlog this day, like always. We're in this area, old Cochin. Has a fascinating history. Shalom, which includes Jewish history, which is interesting. And Chinese history. I'm good. I'm just filming a video. Thank you. Nice to see you. All right. Jewish, Chinese, Romans, ancient Greeks, Arabs. All kinds of people came through here in history. St. Thomas, Christian, 52 AD, friend of Jesus, apostle of Jesus. The story is actually incredible of the city, so we're gonna explore it. City of Kochi. I forgot about all the Europeans. Portuguese, Dutch, British came here. Crazy. This is the old Jewish neighborhood. It's a lot of different shops, and it's called Jewtown. Pretty sure they lived here, Jewish, thousands of years ago, but for sure during the British times, which was like, wow, look at that. Crazy. That restaurant looks crazy. During the British times, which was like, I don't know, 1820 to 1947, something like that. During the Dutch times, I think that was like 1700s to early 1800s. And during the Portuguese times, which was late 1400s to 1700s. The Jewish population was put into different neighborhood to get their own little neighborhood, you know. This was one of them, but it could be older than that. I'm not exactly sure. It was kind of weird because the Portuguese, that was crazy over there. The Portuguese and Spanish in the Iberian Peninsula, they expelled all their Jewish population in the Reconquista. So a lot of them came to places like this and different areas of the world. This area is like real old walking district. I like it because there's no cars. And now it's like a little sellers, shopping, like many places in the world. But it's old walking street. And down here is a synagogue that's closed. And look at that, Sarah Cohen, Indo-Jewish embroidery. Cool. Wow, look at the woman who does it.
Crazy.
Bismillah. Nice little masjid there. Nice little neighborhood. Lots of meat stalls and interesting people talking to us. Things going on. Let's keep it moving. Definitely a part of the story of Kochi. Arab traders bringing Islam came here in the early 600s AD. Probably one, peace be upon him, the Prophet Muhammad was still alive. Some Arabs came here from the Arabian Peninsula across the sea right to this area. 600s AD, man, that's pretty cool. An elephant's back there chained up in someone's yard. But hello buddy, you're smart, you can hear me? Nani, look. Oh yes. Hi, hello. Hello, I'm friend of you. I'm from what? My name is Raymond Michael. Yes. Hello, Vanessa. Nani. Savior Messi. Look at this mural here.
That's so cool. Yes. The best. Messi over Ronaldo all day. I like Ronaldo too. I don't get the whole beef between the two. Whatever. The World Cup of football last year versus France, the final we watched in Taiwan in the middle of the night, was one of the most incredible things I ever experienced in my life. I've seen this guy, we played Napoli, he was on Barcelona. He absolutely destroyed Naples. We were watching it live. We were in England, and it was like a Champions League. He was on Barcelona, he playing someone, Man City or Man United. Watched that live one day in a pub in England. Such a joy to watch, man, this guy. I watched him in Miami FC score some crazy goals. Just the most humble, chill guy. Todo bien, Messi.
The area is called Vasco da Gama, Vasco da Gama Square. There's not a lot going on here, but there's something to saying. I think they came here in 1500, early 1500s was when the Portuguese set up their second colony in India after Goa, which they fought hard for. The hello dog, the armies of Albuquerque fought against Goa, and the Portuguese set up their trade colony of spices. Colony number 2 here. So this says something about Presidente de la República Portuguesa, the Cochin. Ah, this is something for the president of Kochi visited here. Vasco da Gama. This is named after. I guess this was like a town square at some point.
It still is kind of a square, shopping square.
Yeah.
Taco.
Portuguese had it built. That definitely looks like pretty old Portuguese. Oh, that's a fort. Oh, beautiful, sir. Yes. So many things for offer for sale. Shopper's Paradise, Vasco da Gama Square. All right, we talked about who he is, but he's the first man to lead an exploratory expedition around the Horn of Africa to reach India. Has his other friends, yes, beautiful music. Has his other friends, abrigato. As his other friends, one went over land to get to India, and one went, which was a crazy journey actually, on the Silk Road route through Europe and Central Asia. And his other Portuguese friend went through the Mediterranean and through the Red Sea to get to India. So they went on 3 separate missions. Vasco, though, did the most dangerous, craziest one into the unknown, stopping off in ports in Africa that no European had ever been to before. Hey, look, there we go. There's something cool and old. It says Vasco da Gama right there. So let's talk about the Portuguese. Obrigado, Vasco da Gama. Planning on going here, but I think I'm gonna have to go inside this building. Catholic, huge church. Wow, crazy. Maybe it's closed, I don't know. Portuguese were here. Wow, look at the ceiling. Look at that artwork there, wow. We got more signs of the Portuguese here. This is actually a very beautiful church. There's Thomas up there next to Jesus, behind the guy's shoulder in the green. He actually came here. So the Apostle Thomas came to Kerala and came to this city the year 52 AD. One of Jesus's friends, Mr. Thomas. So yes, this is definitely Portuguese. So as the Portuguese were going up and down the Malabar coast, they also came here and set up a little colonial spice outpost, as well as Goa and some other places. So Portuguese, you know, Iberian Peninsula, very Roman Catholic, obrigado. So they build their big churches. The artwork on the ceiling is crazy. Amazing. Portuguese.
You are from Portuguese?
No, this church is Portuguese.
Portuguese built the church.
Yes.
1505. You are from?
1505?
Yeah.
1505. I'm from California, San Francisco, yes. America. I I like religious buildings, temple, church, everywhere. But me and the madam are Catholic people. Yes, we went to Vatican City and everything like that. Yeah. Yesterday we went to St. Thomas of Palayor. Palayor. Palayoor. Palayor. Yeah, that's where Thomas, one of the 12 disciples, came and said, "Hey, I love it." Yeah, that was really cool. Wow, amazing. All right, respect. A lot more to see, but that was a good one. 1505? 1505. Woo. A little bit of refurbishing for sure, but the ceiling is really old wood, actually. Crazy. Side note, Portuguese came here after they defeated the Sultanate of Goa, and they then they set up different little spice trading colonies up and down the coast, including here, which they held for a while until the Dutch took it from them at some point. We're gonna get into that history. But yeah, this is called Santa Cruz Cathedral. Fixed up for sure, the facade, but the inside I think is original. Built 1505, that's incredible. So yeah, this was a Portuguese place, like Goa, one of their many colonies all around the Indian coast. Where the Portuguese went, they built a church. Big time Catholics, especially in the days when this was built, early 1500s. Let's talk about them now. Portuguese, obrigado. St. Francis. St. Francis of Assisi, one of my favorite saints, like San Francisco, named after my name. All right, so, hey, oh, no problem. My city's named after St. Francis of Assisi, like this church is. Yes. Okay. 1498, Vasco da Gama was given permission, I guess, kind of. He invaded the Sultanate of Goa and, you know, took over Goa and massacred everybody there. Not everybody, but the people that didn't like him. So then he came down here and was like, all right, actually it wasn't Vasco da Gama, Albuquerque, and they were like, all right, we want to do the spice trade. Who else you got? We'll protect you. And boom, they made an alliance and that was it. Became Portuguese colony. This was 1500, 1498 to 1503 or so. Alfonso de Albuquerque, the Raja, to build a church here. So it was originally a wooden church. Later on in the 1500s, it was brought to this. So the Portuguese were becoming fabulously wealthy with the spice trade. All these spices, nutmeg and different things were worth more than gold. It was crazy, man. They were just raking in money, man. And they set up colonies all around Malaysia and Indonesia, different places. That looks like it got a renovation in 1779. But the original, pretty much 15 to 1510 AD. Yeah, he's American, I think. He had a Colorado State shirt on. See the differences. This is now was converted to an Anglican church by the British in the 1800s at some point. Yes, I like the writing, but it was originally a Catholic building. And I didn't know that Vasco da Gama was buried here. He died of maybe malaria, syphilis, some horrible thing. He died in the city, Vasco da Gama fame. Well, they moved his body to Portugal. So came here in 1502. 1510 to 1663, this was a Portuguese Catholic church. Originally in 1503, it was a wooden edifice built to St. Francis. 1510, 1516, something like that. So Vasco da Gama himself, who died in this city, was buried here. Ooh, there he is. Crazy, man, if you think about it, to do these kinds of things, sail to the unknown.
Probably did some crazy things in his life. Buried in 1524. Crazy. All right, so the next part of the story is the Dutch. I don't know a lot about the Dutch history, but later on in this, the Dutch were more Protestant, not Catholic. So the Dutch, look at that weird symbol. The Dutch came here and took over from the Portuguese, whose power was waning. And, 1700s, the Dutch East India Company, British East India Company started becoming a little bit more powerful than the Portuguese and the Spanish. Their biggest colonies were in the Americas, not in Asia. So the Spanish didn't really care. So the British, first the Dutch, but British and other areas started getting into the business, baby. So 1700s, this was changed to a Protestant church. Later, 1800s, a British Anglican church, the Church of England. But we're going to talk about all that in a second at the fort. Originally, 1510 or 1516, the current edifice. Roman Catholic, Portuguese, Obrigado history. The original burial place of Vasco da Gama. Cool. Oops, they're playing cricket around the corner or something. Alright, well, we're in the European colonial era. Began over about 500, over 500 years ago. 500 years ago. Remember, because the door was open to Asia now because of the Chinese vacated. What a mistake they made. So here we are in the Bastion looking out towards the sea. Old cannon here. Alright, so during the Portuguese times, the Inquisition was in full flung where they're trying to make everyone Catholic. And the Muslims, the Jews that were here, very interesting history of Jewish history. And the St. Thomas Christians, which were like some of them Syrian Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, not exactly Catholic. They all faced some problems under the Portuguese, which was messed up, man. But time rolls on. The Dutch pulled up here. Portuguese, their decades of domination, century and a half. They lost this to the Dutch. I don't know if there was a battle, it didn't really say in the sources, but Dutch came in here. I'm pretty sure this might be Dutch, it might be British made building. So the Dutch, Netherlands, they were big in Indonesia. They tried here in India and some other places. No offense to Dutch people, but I don't know. I feel like their colonies just weren't well organized. I guess something happened here where, hello, more kids. Something happened here where the Mysore Muslim kingdom nearby kind of was gaining lots of power. Another school field trip all the time in India. Hello, all right. The Mysore kingdom, they kind of came over here, even though this was a Dutch colony, kind of forced them to become a vassal. And so fearing for their safety, the Dutch, 1700s to 1800s, their safety around here. Wow, that lizard's crazy looking. You see that? Whoa. Oh, maybe you don't see. The lizard's gone. All right, so the Dutch were more interested in making more money down in Indonesia, what would become Indonesia. So in 1814, the British and their colonial ways themselves made a treaty with the Dutch. They couldn't control this area anymore. They knew the British liked India, and they really didn't want to fight for this land. It wasn't making that much money, so they traded some islands near Sumatra and somewhere else with the British in this treaty for this, Kochi. So the British then got Kochi, 1814. And the British did all kinds of interesting things. Built up the port and built up the city, and has lots of local
Indians and Malayalam would say they looted and killed people. I met some British guy today that said the British Empire, they killed everybody around here. Come on, that's not true. They built things like that, those two weird things out there. Obviously, there are some people that thrived in the British system. I'm not saying empire's perfect, but that's how empire works, man. Some people lose, some people win. And the British just went all over India after around this time, not after that treaty, but around this time, 1800s, where it would remain all the way until 1947, independence of India, Mahatma Gandhi, all that good stuff. Don't know exactly what was happening here, but that's for Indians and their local collective memory of their grandparents and parents and all that stuff to find out and talk about. That's not my expertise. I'm interested in the longer ago history. What I left out, thanks for watching my Kochi history. What I left out was around the 1100s, 1200s, there were some kingdoms and things here, but there's just not a lot of evidence and not a lot of writing about it. The language in Kerala's Malayalam, or Malayalam. The people are called Malayalamese. Malayalam has an interesting, circular, cool-looking writing. That's really cool. You say nani for thank you. I wish I knew some more words, but don't, unfortunately. It's a big state along the southern west coast of India. Yeah, that's what it is now. Kochi, or it was once Cochin, now Kochi, Kerala. Majority Malayalam people and speakers, Malayalami, where it is to this day. And a lot of people come and visit here to do yoga and buy trinkets and learn about Ayurveda medicine and buy spices. Still to this day, they still have spice markets, and they're not worth as much as they used to be, but this is gonna hold me. I don't know, I'm kind of a big guy. And it's really hot and humid here. And some areas nearby here, there's some really cool history and Hindu temples and churches, lots of Christians, different denominations, mostly Catholic, I think. We're also St. Thomas Christians. And lots of nice beaches. I said that, yeah, already. Some really, really ancient history. This is holding me, thank goodness. Thanks for watching. Nani from interesting Kochi. From the ancient Romans, Greeks, Arabs, Persians, Italian visiting here in 1400, the Chinese Ming Dynasty visiting here, the Muslim coming here, early 600s. I left that out. That was kind of nearby. Arab traders came here and converted a lot of people. Lots of Muslims here too, as well as Christians and Hindus. To then the Portuguese and the Dutch and the British. And now I'm sitting here on a swing in front of an old colonial house that's now a museum. Alright, that's it. British era. So these buildings right here are tropical British Columbia colonist homes. They're exactly the same color and exactly the same as in Malaysia, which was also a British place. Oh, sorry. Almost identical. Actually, they are identical. So we're Borneo, Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, same design. Go cricket, British sport. 6-4, wicket. Yo! Synagogue opened 1831. Not that long ago, so that was definitely during the British times. They were here. The British were, geez, what happened to my face? There we go. The British were pretty welcoming. I don't think it's open. Actually, I'm not sure if this is it. Anyways. Yeah, that's definitely locked and closed, that building. All right, that one's not open. It's That's right, let's keep it moving. What this means is said Pilgrim Center. It's a very strange shaped church. Never seen one quite like it. Hi. Leaning Cross Oath of 1653 AD right here. Someone with an army took a bunch of people like that. I don't know what's going on actually. Huh. This is a Syrian Orthodox church from Syria, which was one of the first places to become Christian. And one of the apostles went there in the 1st century, but actually, yeah, they I think built churches in the 1st and 2nd century, 150s, 100 AD, 200 AD, 300 AD, and some people traveled by boat across the seas and came here, including St. Thomas. So they like him. We got to do the candle ritual like Orthodox. But this is Syrian Orthodox. So if I remember correctly, Syrian Orthodoxy had, or the Syrian church came out of one of the Byzantine councils where they were trying to figure out if God was, or Jesus was both man and Arianism. They had all these different ancient sects of Christianity. Armenian and Syrian are two that follow what the Romans decided against, still to this day, and Egyptian. I forget what it's called. God, I don't want to look it up, but it's like one believes that Jesus is both man and divine at the same time, and the other one believes Jesus is man and then separately is divine. Something like that. So there was this big problem in the Byzantine Empire in Constantinople. It might have been before that, actually. No, it wasn't. Istanbul, Constantinople, you were about to say? Syrian church, the women have to wear that.
They don't let you have to do that in Armenian
And
churches.
no, yeah, Armenian also.
I don't know if you have to.
Man, I should know this. I forget what emperor. I can't think of it off the top of my head. It might have been Justinian. No. Dang. I don't want to look it up. All right. So what happened was they had this big council, and Constantinople decided right on the spot that this form of Christianity is banned now, which this church does. So they had to go underground, and there's some really bad violence, like in Egypt and Syria and some other places where they wanted to keep this kind of Christianity. So here randomly there's a Syrian church. There's a little bit of history out here. Very interesting. Wow, you never know what you're gonna find here as this call to prayer goes off down the street. St. Thomas came and built 7 churches, 52 AD. There we go. Alexander III, 180 AD. Establishment of the Calicut in Persia, 231 AD. Cyanide of Nicaea. There we go. So that was during Constantine, the Nicaea, I think, right? Yeah. Persian migration. So then they went to Persia. That was Parthia at the time. Second Persian migration, 1499. Vasco da Gama came here. Wow, good history. Wow, hi. Good history. Interesting. Syrian. St. Thomas Christians. Amazing. And here, don't quite see what it is, but a relic of St. George. Oriental Orthodox Church. Got caught up from Cappadocia, got caught up in the purges of Diocletian. And his body was buried somewhere in Anatolia, I think, Lydia, and went to Egypt in 900 AD, and went to Antioch. That's crazy. Wow. It's all made out of mud bricks, this church, and it was recreated based on one that was here before, like a couple hundred years ago.
I don't know a lot about this actually, but this is a small part of the story. Here we go. That was cool. Not that old, but recreated from something that's hundreds of years old. Something happened in 1650s. I'm not sure what. Oriental Orthodoxy Church, which are the 5 ancient churches established in the 1st century to 3rd century AD. Armenian, Ethiopian, Egyptian Coptic, and Syrian Orthodox, like this, and then also Indian is or Oriental Orthodox is called. So it's different than Greek Orthodox or Russian or Ukraine or Bulgaria, Romania, Serbia, Albania. All kinds of countries do that one. That's the religion of the Eastern Romans, the Byzantines, and it's definitely different than the Roman Catholics, which is the religion of Western Europeans before Protestantism and everything like that. So those are all the most ancient churches, man. They got a lot of interesting stuff here. They got Bismillah masjids going on. They got beef being cut. We got all kinds of crazy stuff going on in this place. There is a distiller, which you heat up one side, it turns to steam, and it separates from the water, the perfume, kind of, and it goes to that side. So this is a perfume place. So back in history, around 1250 AD, when the Mughal Empire was importing perfumes from Arabia and different areas in the Muslim world, there was a couple guys in Syria that were trying to make a new, different kinds of perfume. They were Muslim, and they accidentally, through this process, invented hard alcohol, the spirits, distillers. And they're Muslim, so they couldn't drink, but they tried it and they went, oh, whoa, that's really, really strong. And they felt so bad. They're like, oh, what do? We don't drink alcohol. But then they sold it to their Greek neighbors, the process, not sold it, but Christians that would come and trade with the Muslims in Syria. So eventually, distilling process got its way to different parts of the world, like Ireland and Scotland, where they, shortly after this, around the 1200 AD, first made whiskey. Came from Muslims of Syria with this process, and they weren't trying to make alcohol. It's really crazy, actually, and that's very cool because this is a beautiful place with all the different flavors of oils. Awesome. Citronella oil, monks, clove oil, lemongrass. Wow. Tuk-tuk, I would have drove right past this place. We were walking by this nice lady, Nani. All right, so here's more of the distilling process. Mash the herbs and everything together to make the.
I'm out of lavender also.
Oh God, what? Which one? We're getting two. We're getting citronella and frankincense. Frankincense used to be really, really hard to get and find. It used to be crazy expensive, more expensive than gold. That's why the 3 kings gave it to Jesus as a gift: frankincense and myrrh. So this area was known for trading things like this. That's so crazy. Masters, yeah. So this is the local football team. Cool logo. They really like them, especially in this city. They're in first place, I think, top of the table in the Indian Super League. All right, let's walk. Let's go. Bismillah. This area in Kochi is famous for beef fry.
Gobi.
YouTuber. All right, so all along the street they have fresh beef. They got the bones and the skulls, and they got mutton too. Fresh as it gets. Wow, that was really good. A little spicy. Not too much. Chase it down with a little chive, just down, white. And this one is black chive. Black tea. You know where tea comes from? Originally? Tea.
Muna. Asa.
China.
China.
Yes.
Kerala.
No. Ancient history. And the Brit. I won't tell the whole story, but the Chinese word for tea is cha. Cha. C-H-A. So it sounds like chai. Cha. All around the world, it's either tea or chit. Cha. Chinese.
Kerala Chaya.
Yeah, it's from the Chinese word cha, origin. Yeah. So Chinese kept tea a secret for thousands of years. Didn't teach anybody how to grow the plant. And some people went in there from Britain and they stole the secret. They went to the tea farms in the 1700s, and this guy from Scotland, actually from UK, he dressed like he was Chinese. He hung out there for many years, learned how to grow it, and then he left, went to India and showed his British friends, hey, this is how you grow tea. And that's how tea started to be grown in India. 1700s. He stole the secret from China. Now everybody knows. Right? True story, right? You learned that before? Now you know. All right.
How many days express? Kochi.
3 days, 2 days. Yeah. I'm hanging out with some 15, 16-year-olds right now. They're cool. They study history today. The 1949 Chinese Revolution. Mao Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek. World changing history. I've been to Taiwan this year. And I went to the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Museum. They talk about his life and Mao Zedong, everything. Chiang Kai-shek Museum, Taipei, Taiwan.
Republic.
Yeah, Chinese Republic of China and the People's Republic of China. I've never been to Beijing, only Taiwan.
Ganga to Yamuna. Volki.
Volki. All right. Got a bone. Alright, let's keep it going with this day. We have yoga soon. Let's walk around a little bit. Alright. So this place just randomly. Salota Mustaqim. Bismillah. I'll go back there. Back out. Okay. These guys let me walk around, cook a bunch of beef right here. Look at that. Wow. Ooh, ducks. Shukriya. Shukran. Bone. Oh. Okay.
So, Mamunika Chaika.
Komonina Chaika. Chaikala. Nani place. Very cool. Bone. All right. Bye. Whoa, look at this guy coming out. This is the beef street. Bismillah. Look at those bones. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Yes. Salota Mustaqim. Respect. Nice. Ooh. Barbecue. We got this. You are what you eat, and now you know. Oh, that cow's head, skull, skin, nose bleeding all over the place. That shit's crazy. I love it. All right. So I was just telling these guys that ancient humans, not even that long ago really, but let's just say 30,000 years ago, you had to hunt for your food, man. Get together with your boys and your family, grab some spears and bow and arrows, whoo, cha! And sometimes, man, one of your friends could have got hurt or killed in the process. Every day or every week you had to do this. It was a crazy mentality. So I was just saying, back in those times, ancient humans,
a little kid, little babies wouldn't be like, this would be totally normal for them. It would be like, we're so disconnected from our ancient ancestors, man. I'm talking 30, 50,000 years ago, before anything that we know existed, prehistory. This is what made humanity, man. This right here, eating meat like that. Ah! Ghost house. There's ghosts in there. Don't go in there. Ghosts. Yeah, ghosts. Woo! Tons of hawks, birds of prey, all flying around. Tons of them. Tripping me out, man. There's so many of these birds of prey hanging out around this little water canal here. They're just flying around like crazy in circles. What in the world? So many, like 20. Look, there's 2 on the roof over there.
They say it's just playing. They could just be playing like a catch me if you can.
Just playing around. A couple crows mixed in. All right, let's keep going. I'm not sure what that means, but I like it. Ray ethnic. My name is Ray. I want to learn about every ethnicity on earth, like an anthropologist. That's what that means. Ray ethnic. Ray ethnic. What's my ethnicity? I am German, Germanic, Polish, Irish, and English, with a little bit of Scandinavian Viking mixed in there in my DNA profile. Ray ethnic. Whoa. From USA. American is not an ethnicity. It's not. Unless you're a Native American. I'm sorry. If you're from one of the many 300 to 1,000 native tribes, then you're you're an ethnic American. But that's only 5% of the population. So everybody's something. As they say, it's the world's largest something. But I saw something in the Vatican Museum called Nero's bathtub that looks almost exactly the same, but made out of a different material. A Roman thing that is almost identical to this, which is weird. How did they know how to make this? How did the Romans know how to make this? Who knows? Someone made it. Bye, madam. Crazy carvings and stuff inside here, man. Kerala. We already went to a church today. We're saving time. We can't stop. But there's another old Portuguese of something or other. Can't stop at this one. Let's keep it going. This is what I was talking about. Here's the Cochin shipyard. So this is where Zheng He came, and Portuguese, Vasco da Gama, and Dutch, also British, all kinds of people from Arabia, traders of ancient times, ancient Romans, Greeks, ancient Chinese visited here because of the shipping of products. And now there's the modern port, Indian. Of the modern world, 2023, that's how it goes, man. Styrofoam and plastic do not disintegrate when it hits the ocean. A lot of people don't realize that. This guy knows. All this stuff, styrofoam, plastic, it takes hundreds of years to break down. Hundreds of years. Some of this stuff will be here for the next 500 years. Imagine that. Crazy, right? Don't let plastic bottle get into the ocean. Naive. 500 years it'll be there. Same spot. 500. Imagine that. What year is it now? 2023? That's 2,523. 2523. Same spot it'll be. We made it to some coast. The Malabar coast. Kochi. Big history. Boats pulling up here like Zheng He, treasure ship pulled up around here somewhere. 1400s, giant ships coming over the horizon. Imagine what the locals must have thought seeing that shit. All kinds of different. We're going to talk more about that later. First view of it though. These are Chinese style fishing nets. A lot of people don't know that the polity of Kochi had a strong relationship with Ming Dynasty China for a while. Early 1400s, before the Portuguese came, a giant treasure fleet of huge ships pulled up on this coast of Admiral Zheng He, sent by the Yongle Huangdi Emperor. And this emperor sent Zheng He on a peace mission to make trading partners and friends, including here, Sri Lanka, Madagascar, Malaysia, what became Malaysia, and several other places. He gave them a deal. He said, the Ming Dynasty will protect you against your enemy, Calicut, if you help agree to a trade partnership, which they did. And it was a thriving relationship. Kochi and Chinese, Ming China. Chinese Kochi.
Yeah, Chinese net fish.
And then a subsequent emperor stupidly closed off China of the Ming Dynasty a couple decades later and opened the doors for the Portuguese to come in here, which no Chinese didn't come in to defend them, so the Portuguese came here and took over Kochi. True story, baby.
By drum one.
No. And load the cannon. Everybody get ready. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We got some pirates coming ashore. I'm back in 1850. Yes, yes. No, 1700. Kerala Blasters. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm time traveling. We're in 1850. Load up this cannon. Boys, get ready. Some pirates are coming. They're coming to take the women as slaves. Get the fucking shit going. Fuck them up. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Were used as boilers for 20 years from 1956. Used to coke coal and fire wood as fuel. Notable use. Blah blah blah. Lord Willingdon and Lady Willingdon. Oh, very British. But 1950s. Wait a minute. That was in the time of India. I don't know if that history is correct. Look at that thing. Whoa. Out here, man. We're going on another great trip. Watching the Kings Warriors in-season tournament. We're going over to the big city, Kochi, the land of St. Thomas the Doubter. Kind of. We went all around southern India. Notice compared to 2-3 months ago in India, there's a lot more foreigners, which is interesting. Sometimes I like talking to them. Oh, good turnover. I especially like meeting Russians. They always have an interesting conversation with me. Every time. Let's go Warriors. It's around 200 years old, I think a little older, built by the Portuguese when we were here. They were here. And there's a holy spring called the mikvah, which is Judaism. To complete immersion to attain purity, used by both men and women, the mikvah is essential in Judaism to effectuate rites of purification. So people still, Jewish people, go down there and dip in the water. It's one of only 2 in all of India. There's another one in this city. Very crazy, cool. In this nice, super nice place that we found. That's also Portuguese well. Around 300, 1600s, I think that one's built. Amazing. Whew. Merry Christmas. What's up, Kerala? The Kerala Blasters football match is happening right now. So this is an interesting street. It's a newer one. There's an older one in Old Kochi, Why's my flash on? Hold on. Sometimes I film diagonal, sometimes I film sideways, sometimes I never know when I'm gonna put these fucking videos out. Who knows? But all right, so this street is called Jew Street. This city, since ancient, very, very ancient times, like 2,500 years ago, craziness times, like really long time ago, has had a Jewish population, which is kind of surprising in a lot of ways. I don't know where they originated from. They have many different kinds of people. See, there's a nice Muslim lady. They got Hindus, they got Christians. Jewish. This is called Jew Street. Unless it's like a real emergency and I gotta go somewhere in a taxi or tuk-tuk. Right here, this is a great example of why I don't drive. Don't motorbike, I don't have a car. Here's a great example. I hate traffic. I have really bad road rage. So if I get stuck in traffic, I go crazy. I get so angry. Yeah, if I was driving right now and I had a car, I would start freaking out. I can't do it. I gave it up. That's one reason I gave it up. All right, let's keep going. This is a cool situation. Pretty interesting situation going on here. A big jam of people. Nice American flag hat, helmet. I mean, this guy. What's going on here? Oh man, this guy just stopped. He's getting out. How are we gonna walk through here? Let's see here. All right. I love taking metros, baby. My favorite mode of transportation. There's a 5-year-old train here in the Kerala Blasters. There's the team they like. I don't know if it's football or cricket. Football. Okay. Kerala Blasters represent. Okay. This train is built in 2017. It's my favorite mode of transportation in the world. Not all of India has metros, but this place does. Kochi. No, I know. Know where we've been yet. America notoriously has terrible metros, except for a few places. Has decent ones. New York, Boston, Washington D.C., Philly, I guess, San Francisco, I guess. But most of America has terrible metros. This is a beautiful train. Better than pretty much anything in America. Look at this. USA has nothing like this. Nothing. They want you to own a car there and spend all your money on gas and car repairs. America has nothing like this, man. This is brand new and nice and amazing. Wow. Very nice. Very beautiful. Smart tire. No, I'm not buying no tires. And I'm also not buying a car. I'm staying on the metro line, man. I don't need that. I don't need that. And I don't need that. This is what I'm riding. Easy ticket. How many rupees? 40 rupees. 40 rupees. That's like, I don't know, 70 cents, 75 cents, 3/4. Comfortable, nice. The air is going in here. It's new. This is better than riding around in American traffic by 1,000,000 times more, man. You say sitting in traffic. You have to get to work every day. You have to be in your car for like 1 hour. Slowly, everywhere. It's insane, man. This is way better, yeah.
Next stop.
Right now, I'm at an intersection of streets. There's no signs. Hello, Nani. I'm at an intersection of streets right now. So this right here, going up and down, is called Jew Street for Jewish. And this right here, going this way, Salot Mustaqim, is called Muslim Street. So we got this way, Lahayim, Shalom, this way, Salot Mustaqim, Shukran. Cross section, baby, right next to each other. Oh, big whoop, big scare. Oh, I'm so scared. Nani. This is how it should be, man. Everybody. Ooh, this is one of the most interesting places we've been to in India, amongst Kochi. Here couldn't find a sign that said it. There we go, Jew Street. Yeah, all the Jewish people here actually moved to Israel. Most of them, which is pretty interesting. They're in the 70s. Wonder what are they doing today, all those people. I don't know if they're ethnic Indian, or I guess so. Nah, you never know. All right, maybe I'll come back, maybe I won't to this, I'm not sure. To this, around 1200 AD, as the Muslim call to prayer goes off, was a synagogue here. So why did Jewish people live here? I still have to research that and find out. They moved to Israel, though, it said in the 70s and 60s, which the community here kind of got smaller. There's still a few. Yoav, Zev, Yuda, Avner. As the call to prayer goes off, perfect timing. Isn't that funny? Because that's all in together now. This place is really old. 1200 AD this was built. Isn't that ironic? The power goes off while I bring my power and energy to this spot on earth. Woo, I love it. I did that. I made the power go off. Allah Akbar. Crazy. All right, so 1200s AD. That was built. The mosque. I wore the wrong clothes to go into a synagogue. I had no idea. We haven't been. I know. I wasn't planning on doing that today. I saw it on the map later. So the power has gone out while I'm in this powerful place of historic and traditional cultural history. Kochi. Hello, sir. Yeah, all right. I like drums. Yes. Boom, boom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. I like those drums. Merry Christmas. Wait for a second for the lights to come on and boom. It was like magic. Magician. I'm a magician. He's the music man here with the red beard. Respect, respect. Let's walk down here. All right. Ooh, look at all this stuff. Cool. It's the city, it's the street of lights. Yes, all right. Not filming anybody. Nobody's in it. Ooh, Christmas time. Ooh, I love Christmas. And I love everybody. Ooh, excuse me. Nani. Ooh, look at that picture. Ooh. It's the street of lights. So up here, we got some interesting flags. Look at that. Whoa. It's a little market street here near this really old synagogue and Christmas. So they got these masks for the Christmas. Wow, this is really cool actually. Might as well just keep filming. People are getting chai. He's got a little stick, get his kid together. Yes. Called to prayer, got shut off by the electricity. That was crazy. Hello, sir. Hello. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Yes. Hello, sir. Yes. Namaskar. This is a cool little area, man. It's weird. Christmas. Well, do you see this? I got my buddy with me to keep me in line as always. Hello. Who's this? Oh, the Nutcracker.
Well, I am not doing a good job at that time.
Awesome. This is very interesting. Yes. Merry Christmas. Yes. Right now in America, it's pretty much a 1 month celebration of Christmas. So it starts around November 26th, 27th, and it goes till December 25th. 1 month. So we're in that month right now. Right? Everybody speaks good English in India. Wow, the market keeps going. Whoa, look at that street. Oh my God, hold on. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom is cooking. I forget the lyrics. It's very interesting. So the Portuguese came here 1500s. They were very Christian and Catholic, but before that, 52 AD, Thomas, a personal friend of Jesus Christos, came here to Kerala, which is crazy history. If you know the history, I saw for the first time ever in Kochi another white guy right now. All right, let's keep going. I love this because it's super local. It's very interesting. So we kind of go in the synagogue. Damn, oldest one around because of my shorts and shorts. I wasn't planning on going. I just hate when that happens. I don't like restrictions. It really bothers me. Christmas. I don't like restrictions on things. People telling me you can't go here, can't do that. I don't like that. So now I'm walking down this market instead. Yeah, I don't like that, man. The rules. What did the scientist say? He said the only rules in the world, the only laws in the world are the laws of physics. The laws of physics. All other laws don't matter if you think about it. The laws of physics of the universe. All right, excuse me. Los Angeles, Venice Beach, nice. More Christmas decorations. They're getting ready here, man. This is Kerala. Merry Christmas. Nice tree. Wow, nice lights in there. That looks crazy. Whoa. Nice to meet you. Look at that. Whoa. Anyways, this was a whole lot of filming that I wasn't expecting to do, but I'm in the cross section of Jew Street and Muslim Street, and there's a Christmas tree for a Christian holiday. So we got all three Abrahamic Holy Land religions. Shout out to Mecca, Salota Mustaqim. And Merry Christmas. And also Shalom Malahayim. All three. Thousands of miles away from here. Not that far if you think about it, but as you can see, impacted the world in many ways, including the name of streets and history and war. And just a busy corner here. There's the little baby. Hello. Namaste. Merry Christmas. Didn't see me. Okay, we have the things for the nativity scene. Nice. Yes. Dio Borakuru. Hello. Merry Christmas. Yeah, this is very interesting. A Christmas market. Good. I think Thomas will approve of this market. Yes. Doubting Thomas. Hey, where you go? What are you doing? Bye. Okay. Whoa, look at this. Oh, old school record player. Wow. Oh, wow. Thank you, Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla in the 1870s and 1880s in America. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb, and they worked on AC and DC current technology, electricity. Tesla was originally a Serbian, but Edison was from America. But they're in the USA, New York. And look at this place, filled with lights and light stops and electricity. Middle of India. South of India, actually, not the middle. 150 years later. 140 years later. I know. 140 years later. Look at everything here is electronics and lights and LED lights and everything's lit up. It's so crazy, man. Think about the history. It's crazy. Fitting advertisement. What a movie. Wonder how this movie is. Soldier. Directed by Chinmaya Nair. Produced by Shabu Kruvalela. Someone else. I'm trying to see the main actor. I don't know. Got a men and women actors. Sunshine! Look at all the lights here. Maybe this one's a little better to film for you guys. So check this out. 1200 AD. Rebuilt in 1948. This is for you guys, man. I came here to look at this. Yoav, Yudah, Abner, Matan, Ben, all you guys. Yoav, Abner, Matan, Levi, Ben, Daniel, Yudah. Check this out. So this was built around 1200 AD here in India. I hope you're having a good day in Israel today and tomorrow when I send this to you. Pretty cool, huh, that I found this. To my 6 friends.
and more people I know there. There's an interesting history that I'm gonna research more in this city of Kochi in India. That's 800 years old. I think even more, around 3,000 years old. Not 3,000, I'm sorry. 2,500, 2,200, 2,000 years old, because when a Christian guy, Thomas, came here in 52 AD, he found that there were Jewish communities here in India at the time. Pretty cool, huh? I love the history, man. In all three Abrahamic religions, I didn't take a picture of the mosque just because there was one rude guy there. Lots of people were smiling and nice to me, but there's a church, Saint Teresa from Skopje, Macedonia. It's named after her. She came to India and helped a lot of people. Catholic nun, Albanian heritage. Cool, man. All right, final story. Hello, hello. Lord, hear our prayer. God bless. Mother Teresa. All right, final story. So today, I went to a Jewish synagogue. I went to a Muslim masjid, mosque, and I went to a Christian church, this one. And all three were unique situations. One, the Jewish synagogue I went to did not let me inside because hello. Hi. All right, the Jewish synagogue I went to did not let me inside. It was open in the year 1200 because I had shorts and a shirt on. So I can understand that. I didn't know I was going there. Okay. So then I walked around the Christmas market and everything. And then I went to the mosque over there, the masjid. So okay, go bye. So I walked into the mosque, like I always do. And everyone was cool with me in there. I started washing my face, washing my arms, washing my hands and everything. And like a lot of people were really cool. They were like smiling and saying hi to me. But there was one guy, one older guy that was a total dick. There was one older guy that was like super angry and was like, get out of here. Assalamu alaikum, buddy. All right. He was super angry. One guy. So for some reason, this guy had the authority to kick me out of there. Said only for Muslim, or someone translated for him. So I didn't go inside. But also the guy was like, no, you can't come in with the clothes like this, which I understand also. It just, when that happens, when like someone that's like an authority, older person and a man, it doesn't matter who they are, what they're all about, when they do that to me, I get this like feeling like I'm shaking in the middle of my stomach, man. I'm just like sitting there. I was trying to be calm. I was putting my shoes back on. I spoke a little Arabic. I was being chill. I was being totally chill. I just need to learn to calm down. You gotta respect rules, be respectful. I wasn't gonna go inside. The guy was just a dick. All right, I don't understand why people gotta be like that. Like, what makes people angry? Like,
What makes you angry? You're angry all the freaking time.
oh, good one, madam. Okay. So, last place, I went to synagogue, mosque, now church, all three today in one day. Abrahamic religions. I was raised, baptized Catholic, Roman Catholic, so this is kind of cool. Beautiful architecture. Last place of the day, last thought. Time to go get a drink after experiencing all that. Peace. That's my main focus here. I'm just trying to go be here, be with these people, be with those people, be with this kind of thing, be happy. I'm always smiling. I'm never angry when I'm in these places and around these people. I just want like some kind of meshing between cultures, beliefs. Like it's time. 2001, I'm in 21st century, 2023 to 2100. That's what the world needs to work on. It ain't fucking 800 AD anymore or something. Like, what in the world? It's not. I'll go to a Hindu temple, act exactly the same. All smiles. Word up to Ganesh, Durga, Shiva, Mash Lakshmi, and Krishna, my 5 favorite Hindu gods and goddesses.
And with that, peace. Circle, last thing here. Chiyang, Chinese restaurant, which means, oops, sorry ladies, don't want to get you in the film. I'm sorry, pardon me. All right, Chiyang means roughly eat lamb, I think. I don't know. Ni chilama. So, wow, it's really loud here on the street. Famous Navy, Ming Dynasty Navy Admiral Zheng He took the Chinese treasure ships to this city in about 1410, 1430. I don't know the exact date, early 1400s. And it's cool to see a remnants of something Chinese because they had an alliance with the Ming Dynasty until the Ming Emperor later on cut off the Chinese from the rest of the world and kind of left them out to dry here, which was kind of messed up. That's a whole history in itself, and that now is the end. We came full circle, everything all together. Chiyang, I think those are the wrong characters for that actually. Okay. They don't know anything about Chinese culture in there. It's like American Chinese food, actually. It smelled good, and they didn't have beer. A Chinese restaurant would never not have beer, never. All right, here we go. No English. Нет, нет, Russian, Ruski. Нет to English. Just having fun. Hello, wow, this is interesting. Reminds me of New York, kind of. Cement. Big overhanging thing. Road, elevated train. Wow, nice infrastructure here. Nice. Woo! All right, let's go this way. They have a metro here. Kochi, Malalayimi. Woo! This is interesting. A crematorium with a big smokestack. Dead bodies. Is that what that means? That's crazy. Rest in peace.